All right, hey guys, real quick before we get into today's video, I just wanted to announce one more time before the official release tomorrow, Friday, September, what is that, the 24th? September 24th, guys, 2021. We are officially releasing the merch that you guys have been waiting for, man. This is the merch in celebration of us hitting 50,000 subscribers here on YouTube. I'm excited. So this merch will be available tomorrow as of this recording, and I'll provide links and everything over on social media and in future videos and live streams and stuff like that. If you guys want to get your own, merch here from the channel, you got the long sleeve tee, you got the comfort tee, you got the pullover hoodie. For the ladies here, we also added leggings, and we also got the fanny pack or the chest bag. You know, I'm from New York. We use it around our chest. And just to kind of give you an idea, they do come in different colors. Each item has their own individual colors, not all the same colors, but they do have individual colors. That was the front, and this is the back of the hoodie there, just to kind of give you an idea. And here's some of the colors. Also, I'll just go through some of the. I'm loving this one right here. This orange, I need to cop this immediately for myself. This is the one I'm wearing right now, kind of like a reddish caramel red, kind of like a color. I'm loving this one right here. You guys can see I'm rocking it. We got the navy blue and we got the forest green, and that's just a little taste of what's to come. So if you guys are interested in getting some merch for yourselves to support the channel, by all means, go for it. And thank you for the opportunity to let us have some merch here on the channel. This is really exciting. I designed this myself. I'm just finally happy to be able to provide you guys with some merch. I know you guys have been asking for a while. So again, guys, the merch will be available tomorrow, September 24th, 2021. All right, thank you. All right, hey, what's going on, guys? How do you do? It's your boy Gray here, and welcome back to the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, on the screen right now, you're watching some just gameplay footage from the Call of Duty Vanguard beta, both weekend 1 and weekend 2. I'm gonna have that playing in the background while I speak to you guys. This is a video that you guys have been asking me for, and today we're finally getting around to it. So before we get into it, I just want to explain to you guys how I'm going to talk to you about this. So I'm going to first go over the good. I feel like we should just get the good stuff out of the way. And then we're going to talk about what I personally believe to be the bad and what needs to be adjusted, or what I hope to be adjusted for the full release of the game. And then at the very end of the video, I will give you my personal verdict of how I feel about Call of Duty Vanguard. All right, I'm gonna try my best to keep this as short and sweet as possible. This is still probably going to be a pretty long video because there's a lot of bad that I do want to discuss, but let's get into this here. All right, let's talk about the good. Let's get the good stuff out of the way, all right, before we get into the bad. So first up, and by the way, if I'm looking down, it's just because I have notes here. First up, guys, let's talk about the movement. Yes, the movement does feel a little bit clunky at times, but overall, in general, if you give me the option of having the movement system from Black Ops Cold War or having the movement system from Modern Warfare 2019 and Vanguard, which is basically the same thing, I like the movement system from Modern Warfare 2019 and Vanguard. That's one of the things that I actually really enjoyed about those games. Just something about the movement that makes you feel more immersed. I don't know what it is, but I really enjoy that movement, so I like that. That's one of the good things. Next up, and this might be a little bit of a contradiction of what I'm going to say later during the bad, but I actually do like the graphics. I think the graphics look good. They look like Modern Warfare 2019 graphics, and you're going to hear me comparing Vanguard to Modern Warfare a lot because, to be honest with you, it's basically the same game. It's just a reskinned to look like a World War II kind of a game, but it's basically just a Modern Warfare as a World War II title. Graphically, the game does look good. I like the environment. I like the feel of the game. I like the way that things look. It just has a more realistic feel than the more cartoony vibes that Black Ops Cold War offers. And I do have something to say about the graphics. That's a bad thing, but we'll get to that later. Next up, and this might be something you might not agree with me, but I actually really like the weapons. For the most part, I really like the weapons that are offered in the World War II era. It was great to run the BAR again. It was great to run the MP40 again. It was great to try out the DP. That was pretty cool. Even weapons that were a lot more difficult to use than I expected. It was challenging, but it was still kind of fun to try them out, like the Itra Burst. I was expecting the Itra Burst to perform a little better, but it wasn't. And the M1 Garand, that thing needs attachments on it. But weapons like the Volk surprised the hell out of me. I really enjoyed using that. And we could just go on and on about the weapons, but the weapons is something that I'm really looking forward to playing with this year. Speaking of weapons, man, I got to tell you, man, the Kar 98, oh man, that thing is so much fun. Sniping in general, when you connect with a sniper, in this game, like when you snipe somebody, that thing is so satisfying. I don't know what it is, man, but I think sniping is going to be really fun this year. I think another thing that I saw that was pretty good was the weapon progression. I felt like every single match that I was having, maybe it was just something for the beta, but I hope not. I hope this is something that moves forward in the official release of the game. But the weapon progression, I felt like I was ranking up and leveling up my weapons a lot. Like every single match, I was unlocking anywhere between 2 to 3 attachments, you know, after every match, which is good. And I mean, this year we got our work cut off for us, but you know, should be all right, man. But it's going to be a lot of things to unlock, a lot of attachments. And the last thing that I'll say here in the good category is that I really like this new system of combat pacing. Even though it didn't work correctly during the beta, for example, like if I chose assault, I was getting thrown into blitz a lot. Like I was getting a lot of 24 versus 24 and 20 versus 20. Listen, if that's something that you enjoy, then by all means, you can spend all your time in the blitz combat pacing. Me personally, I had the best time in assault, where it's like 10v10, 8 versus 8, even the 14 versus 14, 12 versus 12. That felt perfect for me on almost every single map. 6v6 on some maps is okay. 24 versus 24 on some maps was just pure chaos. If it's something that on the release date they make official, like, you know, if you choose assault, you're just gonna get assault, I feel like that's going to be so much fun to use. I'm probably going to spend all my time in assault combat pacing, maybe throw in some tactical in there for some 6v6. But overall, I really like the combat pacing stuff. All right, now look, there's probably more that I can say in the good section, but I really want to get into the stuff that I feel like needs to be worked on, needs to be adjusted, stuff that I hope that Sledgehammer fixes. And stuff that I just really didn't enjoy. I really want to get into this here, and if you agree with me on any of these, let me know in the comment section below, and if you disagree with me on any of these, please let me know in the comment section below. But let's get into the bad, and this is in no particular order. This is just how I wrote it down. This is not in any order. It's just however it came to my mind, I just wrote it down. But let's start it off with this. What is up with the glide bomb kill streak? What is that? I feel like the glide bomb in Call of Duty World War II was way more maneuverable. It had way more a handle on it. I feel like the glide bomb is such a waste of a score streak, because a lot of times you're trying to control it to go to a specific area, but it just doesn't move. It feel like it doesn't move. I hope that that's something that maybe they can adjust, and it's a good kill streak. It's just you can't really control it that well. Next up, visibility. And I will say this, they did adjust the visibility from weekend 1, which was god awful. They did adjust it in weekend number 2, and I know that they're probably going to keep working on it for the official release of the game. I hope that the visibility is something that they can really finely tune, and I don't want to say perfect, because it's probably never going to be perfected, but I hope it's something that they can just make a lot of improvements on. There were many times in Vanguard, and now that I think about it, there were many times in Modern Warfare also. Maybe it's just the engine or something, but there are many times where the enemy player is like right in front of me, and I just don't see them until it's too late. Not because not because my eyes aren't open. I have really good reaction time. You guys know this, but because it's like they just blend into the environment. And speaking of visibilities and graphics and stuff like that, like I said, I had something bad to say about the graphics. I do like the graphics. If you're giving me the option of these graphics or Black Ops Cold War graphics, I'm going to go with these graphics. But one thing I will say, man, is that a lot of these maps have very dull / depressive colors. I understand that they're trying to do a more realistic approach, which is perfectly fine, but Modern Warfare was a very, you know, more of a realistic approach. But I feel like Modern Warfare had some color to it, some daylight to it. A lot of these maps are really dark and gloomy, and I don't know, I feel like maybe that's something that they can adjust. Will they adjust it? Probably not, but I hope so, because you know, we're going to be playing this all year. Next up here, man, what the hell is going on with the counter UAV and how long it lasts? That thing lasts like 4 days. You call in a counter UAV, that thing is up the entire match. What the hell is that? I feel like a counter UAV should be up for like 25 seconds max. I hope that that's something that gets tweaked, because I don't know, man. I feel like the counter UAV just lasts way too long. Let me know if you guys agree with that. Speaking of kill streaks and stuff, what is up with the fact that we can't loop our kill streaks? I mean, I understand you. Like I said, this is a Modern Warfare reskin, but the fact that we cannot loop our kill streaks is really annoying, man. It's almost like they want you to just get your 3 kill streaks, and they're kind of saying like, yo, you want these, you're gonna have to die. You want more, you're gonna have to die. You know, I hate that mindset. Look, maybe not everything needs to be looped. Maybe not every kill streak needs to be looped. I could see a scenario where somebody could just, you know, constantly call in a UAV. That's fine. Maybe put a timer on it. You know, maybe it's like Cold War did. Maybe have specific kill streaks that can be looped, just like there are specific kill streaks that when you die, you can still use them even after you die for like the death machine. And speaking of the death machine, why does that thing get so many hit markers? I lost a gunfight. This is not me exaggerating. I lost a gunfight to somebody using a pistol from medium range, and I was using the death machine, and I lost that gunfight. How does that work? I feel like something called the death machine needs to hit a little harder. I don't know. I feel like there are many instances while I was playing the beta using the death machine where I just felt like I was getting nothing but hit markers. I was shooting a specific area where I knew that the people were, where the enemies were, and I was getting nothing but non-stop hit markers. One other thing that really annoys me now that we're just talking about kill streaks, one thing that I really wish, I hope that they take a look at and they fix, is you can't lap kill streaks. And I you know, I'm trying to really think if lap is the word, but what I'm trying to say is, for example, if my teammate calls in a UAV, I have to wait until that UAV is gone for me to call in my UAV. I don't understand why my teammate can't use a UAV and I can't use my UAV at the same time. We've done it before where if somebody has a UAV up and I call in my UAV, it kind of just increases the frequency of times that the UAV is ran through the minimap. Why can't that be the case? Maybe limit it to 2 or 3, but one at a time. I mean, Sledgehammer, come on, man. Speaking of the minimap, man, I don't understand the point of making us choose a perk number 2 in order to just have a regular minimap. If the regular minimap is an option, why aren't you just allowing us to have the regular minimap? Why do we have to waste a perk number 2 in order for us to have a regular minimap? Just give everybody the regular minimap. I hope that minimap thing is something that maybe they reconsider down the road. They really listen to the feedback, because it's a majority vote. I'm 100% sure that the majority of players would love to see the regular minimap back, and that goes for both, you know, longtime gamers of Call of Duty and newcomers as well. I feel like the regular minimap is just a staple. It's something that doesn't need to be adjusted. I think I mentioned perks. So speaking of perks, man, they need to adjust these perks, bro. I don't know what they're thinking with these perks, but the way that everything is just lined up, like, how is overkill a perk 3? And there's really nothing else on perk 3 that I feel like is better than having overkill. It's not even like a thought. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least in in Modern Warfare, perk number 2, you had to choose between whether you wanted to run overkill or ghost. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was something that made you think. I feel like that's something that needs to be adjusted. They need to reposition some of these perks. Make us have a sense of, if we don't choose something, it will 100% affect us. You know, at this point, I feel like I could just choose Ghost. What was the second perk that I always used? The minimap, regular minimap, and then Overkill. And I didn't feel like I was being negatively affected for choosing those. And speaking of perks, Dead Silence not being a perk is something that I personally thought it was going to be a big deal. And maybe it's because the audio was so bad for the beta. Maybe when the game comes out, we're going to be like, oh shit, yeah, yeah, Dead Silence is a must. But Dead Silence didn't really feel like it was a must. So I don't know. I guess we have to wait and see what they're going to do with the audio when the official game releases. Maybe Dead Silence still won't be mandatory. Maybe we can still use something else, you know, like the armor or the field the field mic over Dead Silence, and it won't be that big of a deal. Or maybe the game comes out and the footsteps are going to be just as bad as they were in Modern Warfare 2019, and Dead Silence is going to be a mainstay on everybody's class setup. Now, for the most part, that's everything I wanted to talk about in the bad category. This last part is kind of something that it goes all to, you know, it's separate, but it goes all together. We're talking about time to kill. We're talking about tac sprint. We're talking about play style, limitations, and just in general, like, spawned and skill-based matchmaking. And what else, man? The skill gap. So in Vanguard, there is a really high, and I heard that this is by design, so I don't know if this is going to get changed or not. There is a really high flinch. When you get hit, bro, your character just shoots up to the sky. Like, he gets hit, you're aiming, you get hit, you go like that. And it's a really high flinch. I heard that's by design, so I don't think that's ever going to get fixed. I hope it does, because that flinch is absolutely ridiculous. And there is, and I think this is part of the flinch, the high flinch thing, there is a shoot first, die first mechanic in this game. There are many, many instances where I'm lighting somebody up. I react faster. I shoot faster. I have a better weapon. And somehow, I don't know how, somehow, they end up killing me. Even though I've reacted faster. I shot first. I have a better weapon. My accuracy was on point. I didn't miss any shots. But they still end up killing me. There's a big shoot first, die first mechanic / mentality when it comes to this game that is god awful. Game really rewards players that are campy and that play very slow and just passive. I think that's the big word. And you're negatively affected if you run and gun, and if you play aggressive, and if you actually like to move around the map. This is a very guns up Call of Duty, and I've mentioned that before. It's one of these Call of Duties, just like Modern Warfare 2019, where if you're caught sprinting, the tac sprint is going to get you killed. You're basically penalized for running around and trying to get from point A to point B, or trying to get to from one spot to another. If there's a guy just sitting there pre-aimed, camping, hiding, you're going to get caught. The skill-based matchmaking, I'll be honest, I felt it a little bit. Not too much. For the most part, I felt like the matches were pretty fair and decent. Maybe that's going to change moving forward when I get more of a feel for this game. But for the most part, the skill-based matchmaking was... I felt like it was all right. I did feel it certain times when I dropped high 30-kill games. The next game, I definitely felt that it was a much more sweaty lobby, and I was with, players that were really just sweating their asses off, All of the advantages are on the campers and the newcomers. It's all on their side. And people are always, people always want to come after people like me who speak up and are like, hey, just adapt. Bro, adapting is the easiest thing in the world. It's not about that. I was a beast in Modern Warfare. You guys know that. I don't have to say that out loud. You guys know that. I was a beast in Modern Warfare. Did it take me some time to adapt? Yeah. It took me like a month or two to finally adapt and understand how I can run and gun. And that's probably going to be the same case here. It's not hard to adapt. It just sucks that there's not an equal balance. That's what it is. For me personally, that's what it is. There's not an equal balance of, okay, we're going to give the bad players all of these abilities and all of these benefits to their play style. And then basically what they're saying is, we're going to, if you're an aggro player, if you're an aggressive player, if you like to run and gun, you're going to be limited. Why can't we have advantages also? Why is everything that we want to do something that's pretty negative in this game, in these games? I wish there was more of a balance in the play styles. If you want to play aggressive, here are the tools that you can use. If you want to play campy, here are the tools that you can use. And this can cancel out this. If you want to camp in a corner and sound whore, we got a dead silence perk for you so you can run about freely. If you want to sit in a room and set up traps, here's a perk that will let you see through the walls so you can see exactly where these traps are, and maybe you can maneuver around them, or maybe you can just prepare yourself to infiltrate that room. I think that's my biggest issue with Modern Warfare 2019, and what probably will be for Vanguard is just they cater so much to these bad players. It comes down to this here, folks. Here's the verdict, and this is gonna surprise you, because you know what? It surprised me. Weekend number 1 of the beta, I didn't like it. It was super glitchy, a lot of problems, visibility was awful. I did not enjoy my time on that. Weekend number 2, I don't know why, I actually enjoyed my time on the beta. And that's surprising, not just for you guys to hear, even for me. Even me saying that, it's just weird. It's the truth. I did enjoy the game. This game has a lot of potential. Modern Warfare 2019, I've gone on record saying that it could have gone down as the best Call of Duty ever made if the developers would have listened to the community and made one or two changes. Well, the main one being death silence as a full-time perk. I've gone on record in saying that Modern Warfare could easily have been the best Call of Duty ever made. Vanguard has that ability also. You guys have been asking me for days now, you know, should you buy this game? What do I think about this game? Do I recommend you guys getting this game, pre-ordering this game? Listen, ultimately, it's personal preference. And I personally can't sit here and tell you guys to pre-order this game and to buy this game and to spend your money on this game. I personally can't say that. What I will say is that I'll be playing this game. I pre-ordered this game. I had fun during the second weekend of the beta. I enjoyed it. And I hope that Sledgehammer does right by the community, even though I understand that Activision ultimately controls everything and it's all about money at the end of the day for Activision. I get it. But I hope that Sledgehammer Games will listen to the feedback that people have given them. I know they probably don't care about my feedback, but people like J God, people like Exclusive Ace, people like Jev have all been saying what I've been saying, you know? So I'm hoping that it's going to be a good year. Probably going to get a lot of Modern Warfare 2019 issues. And this might, might be one of those games that I just ultimately end up hating. It could be one of those games that I could end up loving. It all depends on how Sledgehammer reacts and how they, take feedback. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay in the background. I hope you enjoyed my feedback. And yeah, man. All right, I'm gonna call it there, you guys. If you're brand new to the channel, subscribe, turn on notifications, and drop a like on today's video. I'd really appreciate that. Any feedback, please let me know in the comment section below. I'll try my best to get back to as many people as I can. If you guys are interested in the merch, ladies and gentlemen, the merch is officially releasing as of this recording. It'll be releasing tomorrow. And if you end up buying anything, once you get the merch, I'd love to see, share a picture with me. Let me know. Let me see what the vibe is, how the fit is. And I hope you guys enjoy it. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to call it there. A lot of content on the way, so stay connected. Give us a follow over on social media and our Twitch channel. Control Freaks, you guys can use code GRAY for 10% off. Link in the description below to everything I just listed. And I'm going to call it there. All right. Till the next one. My name is Gray. Peace.